So, what has been your biggest hurdle so far in an industry like this, where the target group is senior communities, in the last 15 months, and how did you overcome it?
Right, so I think the last 15 months have been challenging for any business, right? I mean, this is an unprecedented event, and it's a black swan event, as a lot of people are calling it. And I mean, I don't really want to get into the fact that nobody really saw this coming, etc., because that's obvious. But I think that particularly with senior living, I think the fact that we were dealing with a demographic that was the worst hit because of the pandemic made it all the more challenging.
Right.
Because in the if you remember, in the first wave particularly, seniors were considered to be the most vulnerable as far as the virus was concerned, right? I mean, their immunity levels are low, their bodies are more susceptible to kind of getting impacted by the virus, and I
Right.
think that's really what made it tremendously challenging. So I think our biggest challenge was to ensure that our communities, and we have 9 communities across south of India. So it's a massive task to actually manage 9 communities. The biggest task was to ensure that the communities were ring fenced, that the communities were safeguarded, that people were, our residents were safe, and they were kind of operating within a very, very protected environment where everything was under very watchful eyes, right? So I think that we also ensured, our frontline workers ensured continuously that every minute minute day-to-day requirements of the residents, whether it was vegetables that they needed, whether it was a haircut that they needed, whether
Right.
it was drawing cash from the ATM, everything was brought to their doorstep.
Wow.
Every single thing, including an ATM machine, including vegetable vendors,
Uh-huh.
including just about everything that they needed. Their provisions were sent to their doorstep, their food was coming to their doorstep, so there was no reason for them to step out at all. And so
Mhm.
the children of our residents, who are all across the world, I mean, there are people living in the US, in the UK, in Australia, in parts of Southeast Asia, Malaysia, Singapore. They expressed tremendous amount of gratitude towards the kind of service that was given to their parents, and they were relieved knowing that they're in good hands, and they were relieved knowing that not only are there people taking care of them, but a Columbia Pacific community is literally the safest place that they can be in at a time like this. But the challenge therefore was to ensure that we were able to first of all take care of their requirements, which is never easy in the midst of a pandemic, and secondly to ensure that strict, very, very strict protocols were in place. All guidelines that were laid down by the WHO and more were were put in place to ensure that the communities were ring fenced, that no outsider was allowed to come inside. Outsiders, including employees of Columbia Pacific communities, were not allowed to come inside. And that's how protected the environment was, and that's the way we ensured that the risk of infection and the number of people that were impacted by COVID was very, very less, despite the fact that a lot of our communities were situated right next to containment zones. So they were high risk areas, and at the same time, within the communities, we were able to protect our residents. So I'd say that was the biggest challenge. And I think the second big challenge was the fact that at a time like this, in the last 15 months, now of course people have gotten a lot used to the quote unquote new normal that we're talking about all the time. But when it started happening back in March 2020, all of us were struggling to kind of cope with this new way of living life, right? Because we had no idea how to kind of go about it. And imagine seniors who were not able to interact with their children physically, because their children were not able to visit, other people were not able to visit, their relatives were not able to visit. Imagine how isolated and lonely they would feel. And there was a lot of hopelessness, there was a lot of sadness, there was a lot of loneliness, isolation, a lot of mental health issues that we came across. And it was therefore also important for us to ensure that they were while being physically distanced, they were at least being socially connected, right? So we ensured that with a lot of activities that we organized within the communities, which were all digitally empowered, a lot of inter-community contests and activities that we continue to do. Even right now, we are in the midst of a month and a half long inter-community contest called Platform, which is a talent hunt essentially, which will culminate into World Senior Citizens Day next month on the 21st of August. So those were our attempts to ensure that while being physically distanced, they were at least emotionally connected with people. And we also launched an initiative called the Living Room on Facebook, which was basically a Facebook live session where we got experts and tastemakers and celebrities to just come and do live conversations with our residents, with senior citizens everywhere, really, not just our residents. We opened it out to senior citizens everywhere. And, they could actually chat live with celebrities and with experts, with luminaries from the comfort of their living room, right? So those were some of the initiatives that we took to ensure that that they were feeling less lonely and they were feeling less vulnerable. But I think it was equally important for us to take care of their mental state and mental health, while ensuring that all protocols that would save them from contracting the virus was in place. And that was never an easy task at all.
That's